there, advanced practicum friends. Better late than never, right? As I was thinking about it, I realized I probably should make a video about what the assignment is for this coming week, just in case it isn't self-explanatory. So, tenemos un video para explicarte qué debes de hacer para esta semana, que es el 13 de octubre. Ooh, happy Friday the 13th, everybody. So just reviewing what you should be offering the kids this week is your experience for the gross motor. So you should have offered some sort of a large motor activity or large motor experience to the kids is what I was looking for you to do. And it should be something that's indoors. Obviously, it's a crappy day out today, so it's the perfect day to offer something new and exciting for the kids. Hoy en su práctico debes de ofrecer algo en el motor grueso y es perfecto hacerlo hoy porque no pueden ir afuera. So, qué bueno que traíste algo nuevo al salón que tiene que ver con el motor grueso con los niños. So the new thing to do though is we're going to be looking at social emotional. So let's click on that. And what I'm going to have you do is fill out an ASQ document on one of the children. So esta semana vas a hacer el dominio de socioemocional y vas a llenar este documento para esta semana. So let's click on the document and see what it looks like. What you're going to be doing is, and I've got all the different age groups. So you need to look at the age group that you're working on and click on that particular one and then fill out that form. And to fill out the form, you're going to want to interview the parent of the child, or you could interview the co-op teacher. Now, if you happen to be the teacher in the classroom, obviously then you're going to interview the parent. If you are placed in a center and it's not your typical center, then you can interview the co-op teacher. So hold on a sec, let me translate. Aquí, por favor, coge uno de los, tienes que coger para la edad que estás trabajando. Si estás trabajando con niños de 2 años, coge esta. Entonces tienes que llenar ese forma o documento. Tienes que hacer una entrevista. Si tú estás trabajando en el centro donde estás haciendo el práctico, tienes que hacer la entrevista con uno de los padres del niño. Si tú estás en un centro que no es tuyo, tú puedes entonces hacer la entrevista con la maestra cooperativa. Es que puedes hacer. Y tienes que hacer la entrevista solo una vez con un niño en el salón. So we're asking you to do the interview or to fill out this document only on one child is what we need to have you do it on. Now, before you get started and before you do any of this, what I would suggest is that you pick a child that you notice you have some concerns about. Don't pick the child that everything is going perfect and there are no concerns, because then you're not going to be able to do everything in this document, okay? So think of a child maybe who has some delays in speech and language, or maybe has some behavioral concerns, or maybe is just having concerns with something. You have some concerns, or maybe the parent maybe has some concerns. Pick a child who you're noticing maybe isn't quite at the same level as the other children. So para esta actividad, coge un niño, so tienes que hacer la entrevista con una familia por un niño, pero coge un niño que tiene un atraso. So coge un niño quizás que no estás hablando bien, o quizás que tiene dificultad con el comportamiento. So no coge un niño que todo está perfecto y no hay problemas. Yo no quiero usar la palabra problemas, pero tú entiendes que yo quiero decir. Coge un niño para hacer esta entrevista en que tú notas que sí hay atrasos o que tú tienes una preocupación por ese niño, ¿ok? So, ¿qué tienes que hacer entonces? Es hacer la entrevista con el padre o con la maestra cooperativa, dependiendo en cuál centro estás. So you're going to choose a child, pick the age group that child is in, and you're going to do the interview with either the parent or the co-op teacher, again, depending on what kind of a center you're in. So that's what you're doing this week. Now, you can make a phone call. Maybe you run into the parent, and then you're going to be able to interview them as they're picking up their child. But typically, most students do a phone call. So puedes hacer la entrevista usando el teléfono, okay, por teléfono. Once you fill out the questionnaire, I do want you to upload the questionnaire. So I do want to see the copies of it. Let me just open up one of the questionnaires actually. So this is what the questionnaire looks like. You don't have to fill out really, all this information. You don't have to do the program ID and all that kind of stuff. Just put the name, and you can do a fake name if you want to, but then have the parent or the co-op teacher, whoever's going to be filling this out, have them answer these questions is what I'm wanting you to do. Okay, so make sure that they answer all the questions. Then when we get and then answer these questions as well too. So there's always that ending portion that says the overall. When we get to this ending point over here, this don't worry about doing. No tienes que hacer esta parte aquí. No tienes que hacer es scoring. Si tú sabes cómo hacerlo, entonces que lo hagas. Pero si no sabes cómo hacer esto, no te preocupa por esto. So if you don't know how to do this part, because some of you do the ASQ, SE at your centers, go ahead and fill this portion out. But if you don't, I don't need this particular page filled out, but I do want the other ones because I want you to be able to go back and kind of look at everything. Pero yo quiero estas, por favor, marcado. All right, so that's an example of what the questionnaire looks like. Then, once you're all done interviewing the parent or your co-op teacher, you're going to write a paragraph describing the child that you just completed the information on. And I tell you, I want to know what's the age of the child, their gender, some background information, just some things about that child. Maybe write in here why you decided why you chose that child to do the interview on. En este área aquí, describe el niño un poquito, su edad, información del niño y quizás aquí también describe por qué tú decidiste hacer la entrevista en este niño, que tú querías aprender más. Okay? Then I want you to go over the questionnaire and write a paragraph just telling me some interesting things that you learned from the questionnaire, from the parent, or from the co-op teacher. En esta, por favor, escribe un parágrafo diciéndome que notaste algo interesante de que aprendiste sobre este niño. Then over here, did anything come out as a concern? Now, there should be something as a concern because that's why you chose this child, all right? Don't pick a kid who doesn't have a concern because then you will not be able to do the assignment and you're not going to get all the points. So you need to pick a child where there is some sort of concern. Identify what the concern is and why you chose that particular one. So maybe there's more than one concern on the questionnaire. Why did you choose that particular concern? So again, let me translate. Sea segura que te coge un niño que si tienes un atraso o que tienes que, si el niño no tiene un atraso y tú dices que no hay problemas de nada aquí, entonces no vas a poder terminar el resto de esta tarea y no vas a ganar todos los puntos. So, sea segura que coge un niño que si tiene un atraso, hay una preocupación sobre el niño, entonces escribe qué era el comportamiento, la cosa que notaste que es algo de concern. Ay, yo no sé cómo decir esa palabra. Pero que notaste de cuestionario. So escribe eso aquí. Then we move on. Once you know what your concern is, I want you to come up with a strategy, something that you could do to maybe help the parents when it comes to working with this. So let's say one of the concerns was the parents are really struggling with potty training. That was a big concern for them. What would a strategy be that you could offer the parents to help them with that? That's what I want. And then I want you to offer that strategy to the parents. So this is your one assignment where you're actually working with the family because as a teacher, you need to be working with families. And we don't often do that in these practicums. So this is your one assignment where you're going to be doing something with a family. So in Spanish now, crea una estrategia acerca del comportamiento de la situación para ayudar a la familia o si no la maestra. So, si por ejemplo en el cuestionario los padres dijeron que tienen dificultad ayudando al niño, enseñando al niño cómo usar el baño, tú puedes decidir aquí que esa es la cosa con que tú quieres trabajar y puedes crear una estrategia para ayudar a la familia en enseñar al niño cómo usar el baño. Entonces, ¿qué tienes que hacer es ofrecer esa estrategia a la familia? So, esta es la única tarea que vas a tener que hacer que vas a trabajar con la familia. Pero yo quiero que sepas que como maestra, tú siempre tienes que trabajar con la familia. So, esa es la única tarea que vas a hacer eso, pero eso es para ayudarte a practicar eso. So you're going to create a strategy. It's write it down here. And then you're going to actually offer that strategy to the parents. And I want to know how this went. So you do all of this week, and then you're going to implement or offer the strategy for the following week, is what's going to happen. So you've got about 2 weeks to get this done. Now, if it's something where you're interviewing the parent, the teacher rather, I'm sorry, and the teacher says, you know, this is this and this is this, you can offer a strategy to the teacher and then have the teacher implement the strategy in the classroom. So, si estás haciendo la entrevista con la maestra, puedes entonces escribir o crear una estrategia, ofrecerlo a la maestra y que la maestra ofrece esa estrategia en la clase. Entonces, tienes que contestar estas últimas preguntas. So, always knowing that you're observing. This checklist is the observation. You then create something and then you evaluate. That is what good teaching is. You observe, you create, and then you evaluate. That should be the circle that you're following when you are teaching. So, como maestra, siempre de observar, identificar qué necesitas saber sobre el niño, crear la estrategia, crear una oportunidad para practicar cosas y entonces tiene que evaluar cómo fue la estrategia, cómo fue la situación y cómo puedes hacer cosas mejor o si no, qué cambios haría. All right, this is what you're going to be doing for the next 2 weeks, basically. So this is week 7, the ASQSE. Don't forget to get your co-op teacher evaluation and discussion board as well. And don't forget, with discussion board, you write up your answer and then you need to respond to at least 2 other classmates to be able to earn the full 10 points. And this is what is happening for week 7, October 13. So esa es la tarea para esta semana. All right. Oh, enjoy the rainy weekend. A great, great weekend to stay inside and do lots of homework. Es un buen fin de semana para quedarse adentro y sea mucho tarea. Have a great, great weekend, everybody. Hope everything is going well. I've enjoyed my observations and I will talk to you guys via video next week. Ta-ta for now.